questions 1 through 10 on the 2009 grade 11 Fermat math contest. The value of 3 plus 3 to the power of 3 is 3 to the power of 3 is 27. 3 plus 27 is equal to 30. So number 1, the answer is D. 3 times 2 plus 8 is equal to symbol plus 5. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 8. 6 plus 8 is 14. And that is equal to symbol plus 5. Subtracting 5 from both sides, you get 9. So number 2, the answer is E. In the diagram, PQR, QST, and PSU are straight lines. The value of x is. Well, if x is here, then that means that x is also here, since opposite angles are the same. If this is 125, to get this angle, I have to subtract 180 minus 125. And if I do, I get 55. So this angle in here is 55. So now the sum of the angles of a triangle are 180, so that means x plus 30 plus 55 is equal to 180. And solving for x, you get x equal to 95. So number 3, the answer is C. If w is equal to 4 and x is equal to 9 and z is equal to 25, then what is the value of root of w over x plus the root of x over z? 4 over 9, the square root, plus 9 over 25, the square root. And this will be 2 over 3 plus 3 over 5. Adding the fraction, top and bottom, 3, top and bottom 5, we get 10 plus 9 over 15. And that is equal to 19 over 15. So number 4, the answer is B. 1 minus 4 times 3 minus 1 all to the negative 1 is equal to. So we have 3 minus 1, which is 2, to the negative 1. And 2 to the negative 1 is a half. So this becomes 4 times 2, which is 2. And 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So number 5, the answer is A. 64 identical cubes are stacked in a 4x4x4 arrangement, and then some of the cubes are removed from the front as shown. No cube hidden from sight has been removed. How many cubes remain in the arrangement? Well, you can clearly see the bases of the cubes that have been all removed. So we know that there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks of cubes removed. So 6 times something. But the stacks each have 3 cubes, right? If you look, it will be like that. 1, 2, 3. So since each stack has 3 cubes, 6 times 3 is 18. That is the total number of cubes that have been removed. Now the total number of cubes in this entire 4x4x4 arrangement before anything was removed is 4x4x4, which is 64. So from 64, we removed 18. So how many are remaining? Well, 64 minus 18, which is 46. So number 6, the answer is A. N is greater than 0. What is the value of the square root of n squared plus n squared plus n squared plus n squared is equal to 64? So under the square root sign, we have 4n squared, and that's equal to 64. If you take the square root, you get 2n is equal to 64, and dividing through by 2, you get n is equal to 32. So number 7, the answer is D. And Gavin has a collection of 50 songs that are each 3 minutes in length and 50 songs that are each 5 minutes in length. What is the maximum number of songs from his collection that he can play in 3 hours? 3 hours is equivalent to 180 minutes, right? 3 times 60. So what we can do is squeeze in all the songs that are 3 minutes in length. So 50 songs times 3 minutes, that's 150 minutes. So we still have about 30 minutes remaining from the 180 minutes in total. So now we are going to approach the 5-minute songs. Now how many of those can we put in? Well, it'll be 30 divided by 5, which is 6. And now we count the number of songs. It was 50 songs that were 3 minutes long and 6 songs that were 5 minutes long. So the total is 56. So number 8, the answer is C. In the diagram, any spade may be moved to an unoccupied space. What is the smallest number of spades that must be moved so that each row and column contains 3 spades? The approach to this question is to look at columns and rows that share a common spade and are more than 3. For example, this row has 4 and this column has 4, and they share this one. So that one's got to go. So I'll circle that for now, and then later we'll place it somewhere. Then again, you stare at the diagram and you look at any column and row that has 4 and 4 and have something in common. This row, for example, and this column have 4 and 4, and they have this spade in common. So that one's got to go. And then once those two are removed, are there any more that have 4 and 4? And the answer is yeah. This one here, that row and this column, they have 4 and 4, and their common spade is that one. So that one's got to go. So let's draw this once more. And I'll just put an X instead of trying to replicate that symbol. And I'm putting in the spades where they have not been taken out, right? Because we took out this guy, and this guy. Now those 3 I have to place somewhere else in a way so that everything has 3. Every column has 3, every row has 3. Okay, well, I can put the first one that I took out here, and here, and here, those 3. I'll place them one here, and one here. If I do that, every row and every column will have 3 spades, and they indeed do. So how many did I move? I moved only 3. So that is the smallest number that can be moved to achieve our goal. So number 9, the answer is C. Judy leans a 25-meter ladder against a vertical wall with the bottom of the ladder 7 meters from the wall. Please note that Judy is very strong. Don't try this at home. As she pulls the bottom of the ladder away from the wall, the top of the ladder slides 4 meters down from the wall. How far did she pull the bottom of the ladder from its original position? So our original scenario is given, but then the later scenario will be something like this. It will be, the ladder will of course still be the same length as before. So I'll draw the ladder in blue. It'll still be 25 meters. The ladder doesn't change, but the distances change. So for example, this initially was 7, but it's going to move this way by a certain amount. Now I don't know how much that is, so I'll just call it 7 plus y. Y is the distance that it moved to the right horizontally. And then this top and bottom distance, I don't know. I also don't know this top to bottom distance, but I guess I'll just call that x. And then they tell you that it moves down 4. So in this scenario, it would basically be x minus 4. And of course the ladder is 25. And this is of course a right angle. So we got 2 right angles, 2 Pythagorean relationships. So first let's start with this one up here. So x squared plus 7 squared is 25 squared. And if you do that, you get 625, and then 7 squared is 49, so subtract that. So therefore x squared is 576, and therefore x is equal to 24. And then we do the same thing over here with Pythagoras, so it'll be x minus 24 squared is equal plus 7 plus y squared is equal to 25 squared. So x is 24, so x minus 4 is 20, so we got 20 squared plus 7 plus y squared is 25 squared is 625. So 7 plus y squared will be 625 minus 400, right? So that's 225. And then if you square both sides, you get down to 15 is 7 plus y squared, 7 plus y, and therefore y is equal to 8. So that horizontal move was 8 units in length, and therefore number 10, the answer is E.